So guys, this is a process of how I make my little refresher water for the week. I use distilled water, and I'll put the benefits here on screen so you can see why I chose to. Shine bright up all night. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosie, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how I have been going about re-moisturizing my hair during the winter months. As you know, I've been able to do mini twists on my hair currently since I have made it to the 6-month mark, which is exciting because being able to do twists is helping me to keep more moisture in my hair, which will help me to retain more length. As you know, keeping the hair moisturized is imperative if we want to maintain some healthy hair growth. So I'm going to share with you what I have been doing. And as usual, there's no one size fit all around here. We all have to figure out what works for our hair and try to implement those things in our routine in order to grow some healthy hair here in 2025. I'm going to incorporate in the video how I make my moisturizing water, my little concoction that I use on my hair periodically. But this is not the only way you can moisturize your hair. There are different ways that we can implement to moisturize our hair. The most important thing when you're moisturizing your hair, you need water or some water-based product. But for me, I start off with water. Sometimes I use my concoction, which, as I said, I will have a clip in this video how I created this, what's in there, and so forth, so on. So sometimes I do use this to spritz my hair down, and then I add my other products. So I have opted to use distilled water. I picked this brand up at Whole Foods. That's where I shop. So I picked this brand up. I think it's about $1.19. I can't remember. But this is a brand I picked up. Any brand will work. This is just what they have. So since I have hard water in my home, I opted to get some distilled water to use to re-moisturize my hair. But that's not something you have to do with your routine. That's what I opted for because I know I have hard water and I kind of don't want to use that kind of water when I'm re-moisturizing my hair because I kind of want to keep as much moisture in my hair as possible. So that's what I've opted for. So whether I use this water mixture or just some of my distilled water, I follow up with either a leave-in conditioner, and it's whatever leave-in conditioner I want to grab that day. I follow up with a leave-in conditioner. After the leave-in conditioner, sometimes I follow up with an oil. Right now, I am in the trial and error stage. I am trying to figure out what works best for moisturizing my hair on my head. So I am moving around my pieces and I'm trying to figure out what works for me. So sometimes I do use this. And sometimes I re-moisturize using this or any other leave-in and cream that I grab for. One of the important things when you're re-moisturizing your hair is that you need to make sure the product that you're using to start off with is some form of water-based product, or you can just use water and then you follow up with your sealant, which is an oil. You can use grease or whatever you have on hand or whatever is your preferred choice of sealing your hair. But for me, I either use a leave-in, a cream, or a leave-in and an oil. So that's just how I go about, re-moisturizing my hair. In the years of me being natural though, I have to say I have never done any re-moisturizing in my routine. If I was going to re-moisturize my hair, I would just shampoo and condition and style all over again. I was never the kind of girl that did a midweek moisture routine, which probably would have been helpful if I wanted to retain more length. But I was the kind of girl that would cut my hair every 2 years because I was never into the long hair thing. I mean, the most I would let my hair grow is down here, and then I would go ahead and cut it. Even as a relaxed girly, I would always do some kind of style or whatever. But since I'm growing my hair out, I had to change things up, and right now I'm just trying to figure out what's the best routine for me and what would work best for me. So far, the routine that I'm doing with re-moisturizing my hair on day 4 or 5, which I have been slacking so badly that I've only maybe a few times been able to make it to the day 4 mark where I have remembered to remoisturize my hair. But let's talk about remoisturizing and the benefits and why I'm implementing this routine. So, my hair is color treated. That's number one why I have decided to implement this routine. It's the color is on the ends of my hair, and whenever you bleach your hair is going to be a little bit more drier than normal. Also, I'm taking into consideration that it's winter where I am. The air is so dry, everything is dry, and my hair tends to dry out a lot more than in the warmer months. So I knew I had to change my routine. Before, I was wearing my mini froze. But what I noticed with the mini froze is that my hair tends to dry out really quickly because the weather is different. So I knew I had to change things up and move to a style that would be able to hold the moisture in my hair a lot better. So that's why I was so happy when I was able to twist my hair up. Currently, my routine, shampoo, condition, and style, it takes me about 2.5 hours to get everything done, which is amazing. And I'm very happy I'm able to do everything in 2.5 hours. I don't think that timing will change over time unless I am doing like a wash and go or whatever. But for me, wash and goes are not going to be a permanent staple in my routine. I am going to be moving between my little mini twist that I have in right now. And the longer my hair grows, my twist will definitely get chunkier because I'm not into this little twist. I prefer my style to be chunkier, and I would probably catch it in a bun. But with each stage, I will change my routine to fit that stage. For me, currently in my routine, remoisturizing my hair is very important if I want to retain length. So that's why I'm moving to the route of doing a midweek moisture routine. So as I mentioned in the first part of the video, that everybody's routine will look differently. There are many ways in which you can remoisturize your hair. There are many products that you can use. There are things like aloe vera juice. If that works for you, you can use that. As I mentioned, plain water, which I'm using, and also you can do a mixture of products to care for your hair. It's just a matter of preference and what will work for you. I am going to go ahead and put the clip in the video of how I make this little water that I use to remoisturize my hair. It contains a lot of good things for the days when I don't have time to be pouring water and just doing whatever. So guys, this is a process of how I make my little refresher water for the week. I use distilled water, and I'll put the benefits here on screen so you can see why I chose to use distilled water. Then I'm going to add my glycerin, and I'll pop on screen the reason why I chose to use glycerin. Always take into consideration your environment and your climate before you choose a particular ingredient. I also chose to use rose water. I didn't really choose it because of all the benefits per se. I more so chose it for the fragrance. To finish up my water mister, I add my argan oil and my sweet almond oil. Adding the oil to my mixture is a matter of preference, and it helps when I don't have time to actually add oils to my hair after spritzing the water to my hair. This little moisture concoction that I made, it's also great for when I am ready to wash my hair. I will shake it up and I will spritz it all over my hair to remove my twists, and then I'll move on to whatever else I'm doing. The reason why I use a little water to remove my twists, because sometimes by the end of the week, and sometimes I forget to moisturize my hair tends to be dry, and I don't want to be pulling my hair apart when it's dry. I want to add some moisture back to my hair, which is a little water, and then I remove my twists. So that's how I go about doing it. Or sometimes I just go in the shower if I have time to do it, and then I make the water run over my hair, and because my hair is so short, the water removes the twist and I untwist whatever else I did not get out with the water. So those are the options that I do for my hair routine. I also use this mixture for my kids' hair in the morning. before they go to school. Even though my sons sleep on a satin pillowcase, I promise you, in the morning, their hair is a hot mess. And I have to redo their hair before they go to school. I honestly do not like when they go to school with their hair undone. So I try to redo their hair in the morning. So I spritz this and then I add a leave-in to their hair and I use a white tooth comb and I comb through their hair and they go off to school. Also, another thing I want to mention, even if you're using just plain water in a water bottle to spritz your hair down, one of the things I want to recommend that you do is make sure each time you're replacing the water, you clean that bottle out. You're going to sanitize your bottle before you put more water in there to use on your hair. We have to remember there is a little thing right here that the water goes into, and we want to make sure that little area in here is clean so that we don't put bacteria on our hair. Another thing that I try to do is I put enough water to last me a week. I try not to use too much water so that it lasts me more than a week. And then at the end of each week, I rinse the bottle with one of my clarifying shampoos. So I use one of my clarifying shampoos and I'll put it here. I think it's a Suave one. It's really cheap. You can get it for like $2 at Target or wherever you want to buy it. I got mine at Target. It's about a year ago I have gotten it, but it works really well and it cleans this bottle out so well. However, I go another step. So I have vinegar. I have the white vinegar. I buy like 2 huge containers at Sam's Club. So I have that. And it's about $5 or $6 for those 2 huge bottles of white vinegar. What I do next is I fill my bottle up with water and then I put some of that white vinegar in here and I spray and I shake it up and then I spritz it through the spray area to clean everything out, so to make sure my bottle is clean, and then I rinse it again with water, rinse it until everything is gone. But my advice to you, if you're using any spray bottle with anything in there, even if it's just water, I recommend that you make sure you sanitize your bottle before you add new water in there to spray on your hair, just to make sure you're not putting any kind of bacteria on your scalp. That's really important. I know I went on about cleaning the bottle, but that's just what I do to make sure I am not getting any bacteria on my scalp. Because of course we're doing DIY, there's no preservatives in there, and so forth and so on. And as I mentioned, when I make my water, I try just to make enough for a week and then I start over for the next week. Because of course I am not using preservatives in my mixture. That's just my advice. You can take it or leave it. So at night, for my routine, I use a satin pillowcase at night on my pillow and I use a scarf to tie my hair down. For me, each wash day, each time I wash my hair, I wash my scarves. I have several different scarves and I wash my scarves and I use a new scarf for each time I wash my hair. That's just how I do it. So with my clean hair, it's a clean scarf on my hair, if that makes sense. And I make sure I have few different scarves, and each time I use them and I'm finished with them, I wash them and I have a backup scarf or so forth and so on for my hair per night. But honestly, taking care of our hair is so easy, and we can make it easy on ourselves based on the style that we choose. And if we want to retain length, it means that we're going to have to choose a style that's going to help us to retain our length. For me, twists have always been my go-to style. I absolutely love it. I like the look on myself. I know not everybody like wearing twists. I can make my twists look professional, and I can make my twists look wearable for whatever occasion I'm going to. And honestly, that may not work for everybody. There are different occasions where a twist may not be it. But I try to make sure I style my hair so I can wear it to different places. And I feel comfortable wearing my twists. But honestly, guys, remoisturizing your hair, it's simple, it's easy, and it's a very effective way if you want to retain length. Let me know down below how you remoisturize your hair. Do you make some kind of concoction? What do you use to re-moisturize your hair? You know, this is a channel where we learn from each other, and of course, this is a new part of my journey of re-moisturizing my hair, so I would love to hear what you guys do in your routine. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again in another video. Shine bright up all night.